Hey guys, welcome to week 6. So this week is on Hatha yoga. Now Hatha yoga is generally 30 seconds to 2-minute holds for some yoga poses. It's a lot slower. It's great for beginners to get used to technique and gives the teacher, myself, plenty of time to give you those perfect aligned cues. So I hope you enjoy this one, and let's get started. Jump on your mat, grab an essential oil, whatever you need, and let's begin. Alright, let's begin by crossing the legs if you can comfortably, closing off the eyes. Take a nice long breath in through the nose, sit up tall through the spine. And exhale, roll the shoulders down and back, letting go of what no longer serves you today. Taking several long breaths like we've been doing throughout this program. Big inhale through the nose. Pausing on each end of the inhale and exhale, and as you exhale, a gentle sigh through the back of the throat, through the nose still. Used to that breath and really trying to implement it in every practice, every pose, every minute if you can, every second even. Really make it part of your practice. I'll remind you, of course, do your best to ingrain it into your muscle memory. Let's begin by taking our beautiful big twist as we do. Inhale, reach the arms up high. Exhale, turn to your right side into that twist. Bringing out any tension here, maintaining that breath. Take one more breath on this side. Inhale to unwind, reach up high. Exhale to your left. It's important to keep your spine nice and tall here, not leaning back into that hand. So if you find yourself doing that, just sit up tall with the inhale, and relax the shoulders down a little with the exhale. Continue to look over that shoulder behind you, not limiting the twist to your chest. Let's take one more big breath here. Remember, 5-second inhale. And exhale. Inhale to unwind and reach up high. Exhale, leaning over to your right side, planting that right hand, reaching the left arm straight up and over. Maybe turning the gaze up, forwards or down, whatever feels good for you here. It's a really nice stretch through that side of the body, waking up the spine in all directions. I love doing these movements to start off with. Take one more breath here. Inhale to rise and reach. Exhale to the other side. Enjoying slowing down, nowhere to be, nothing to do but this practice, and stay present in this moment. One more breath like so. Inhale to rise and reach. Exhale the hands down through heart center, the chest. Beautiful. So we're going to do a couple of seated poses and then we're going to make our way through some more standing postures. So what I want you to do with your right leg, just bring it out in front and then bring your left leg back around behind you. So the more you tuck it underneath, the more comfortable it'll be for you. But if you can, start to try and form a 90-degree angle with your legs from your hips to your ankle. All right, so keep that in mind, have a little adjust. Now what we're trying to do, you're probably going to be leaning on that right hand. That's okay, that's what we want to do. But if you can, start to sit up nice and tall instead. So with your left hand, you might be able to reach for that left leg or the ground even, holding that there. What I'm actually going to do is hold on to my shin or knee, wherever feels comfortable really. And then if you can, if you don't compensate and roll off to the side, inhale that right arm up and over. So that gives you a nice big stretch through that side there. But remember, you don't have to do that. Just sitting in this posture could potentially be deep enough for you. So we're getting into a bit of an internal and external rotation of your hips, which just simply means turning the leg in or outwards from the body. So let's hold this here. Really leaning down into that left hip joint. Think of trying to ground both pelvis bones, so both points at the base of your spine. Relaxing the knees down a little bit, not letting that right one come up too much. Remembering that each pose here is from 30 seconds to 2 minutes. So we'll be here for about a minute here. If you need to come out sooner, please do. Some poses can cause cramping, so stretch it out if that happens to you. Let's inhale, rise and reach both hands up high if you can. Exhale, we're going to reach both hands in front of the shin, or maybe your right hand towards the outer edge of the knee if you need to. So the idea of this one is to start to lean forwards over that shin that's in front of you here now. So not compensating, you don't want to bend that leg in anymore. Try and keep it at that 90-degree angle. You can actually even rest on that leg. Don't put too much pressure on it. We don't want to hurt ourselves, of course. Or maybe just resting down on the top edge of your leg there. So have a little adjust. It gives us time to settle into the practice. So this is a bit like a pigeon pose if you think of that leg there, the right leg. Our left leg is just relaxed, really. It's not stretched out. So we're missing the hip flexor stretch that we would get in pigeon pose, but we're really being nice and gentle on the knees here. So there shouldn't be any knee pain whatsoever. So just gazing down, resting on the hands or the elbows, or maybe even lower. If you want to deepen the pose, we want to work our way closer to that foot. So adjusting your position with your upper body here. So keep that right foot flexing just a little bit. Shouldn't be too much effort to do so, but we want to avoid pointing it if we can. Breathe through that. We've been here for almost a minute already. Think of every breath, breathing in length through the spine and the posture and the muscles as well. And every exhale, just sinking into it, finding that space, resting down. So this one I haven't actually mentioned, you might actually feel in the outer edge of your thigh. So it'll feel like a bit of a hamstring stretch, or maybe in the glute. So keep in mind, everyone's a little bit different and different tightnesses. Notice what you feel here today. Let's just take one more big breath now. Remember, 5 seconds. Beautiful. Rise back up. And we're going to swap legs. So bring it in gently. I'm going to bring that right So your left leg and in front and your right leg behind you. So stagger those legs as well as you can into about a 90-degree angle. Beautiful, set yourself up here. So your left hand will be grounding potentially on the ground. Right hand can be reaching for that shin or knee or ground, you know, whatever you can reach. Everybody's limbs and that are different lengths. So inhale, tall spine. And then if you can and want to, reach that left arm up and over. So we're actually causing a curve through the spine. It's exactly what we want. Such a good stretch, not only for the side of the body here, but that right hip joint. So we're really stretching that hip joint. If you get tired with this arm up in the air, if you are there, you can bring it down anytime you need to. I encourage you to listen to that intuition of yours and tap into your own body's needs and wants. Breathe deeply wherever you can remember. Remember, every breath, have that intention of really actually sinking into the flexibility of the pose. Last breath here in this pose. Inhale, rise and reach both hands up if you can. We're going to ground them down to the mat in front of that left leg and maybe start to lower down. So you don't have to, remember, if you want to drop down onto your left elbow, that's totally fine. Maybe both. Just have a little adjust, but not letting that leg come any closer than 90 degrees. So have a little look down there. Mine's a little bit narrower than 90 degrees, but that it feels good. It feels fine there. So let's come into that pose to your depth. Your hands can be positioned however you like. Remember that over time, when we find space here, we want to start to lean closer to that left foot. One more breath here. I'm going to rise back up onto the hands. And we're going to come over into tabletop from here. So gently switch it over to that tabletop position. So let's come into a couple of cat-cow poses. Plant the hands as we always do, spread the fingers. Inhale, drop the belly button low, lift the chest and chin. Really good stretch for the belly and the back. When you're ready, exhale, round through the back to the sky, brace the tummy, lift the pelvic floor as well. Inhale, back to cow slowly, no rush. Exhale to cat. Inhale, cow. Exhale to cat. Inhale, back to cow. And we're going to exhale to downward dog. So tuck the toes. I'm going to reach my hands a little further in front. Exhale it up. Pedal out the legs if you like. Make sure you're spreading those fingers wide, gripping them into the mat. Beautiful. So you're welcome to hold stillness here, dropping the chest a little bit, maybe pedaling it out if you like that movement. We're going to come to the top of the mat in a moment for our forward fold. So take a big breath in, rise onto the tippy toes. And exhale, you can walk, step or hop to the top of the mat. So make your way there. You guys are going to go feet together. Fold it down. So the knees can be slightly bent. Chest is folding down. Maybe arms are dangling or resting on the ground. Or maybe even ragdoll. Find what suits you. Might like to pedal out the legs a little bit, bending one, straightening the other, swaying the hips from side to side. Staying mindful of this pose and practice the entire time we're in it. Okay, let's release the hands. We're going to get ready to rise to stand. So when you're ready, bend through the knees, gently squeeze the glutes and roll to rise. Taking a nice big arm reach at the top, a little back bend if you like. Exhale, hands down through your heart center at the chest. Beautiful. Let's take another arm reach. Inhale. Keep the arms up this time. Exhale, squat the hips nice and low into chair pose. So our arms are reaching long. We've got a flat back, if anything, a little curve in our back. Reach the arms, not letting them drop down in front of us if we can help it. So really lift, brace the tummy. Squatting low, your feet and knees are nice and close together. It's quite a strong pose, chair pose. Hold it there. Great for building strength, stamina, flexibility in the spine, shoulders. Keep the weight in the heels of the feet here. And sweep it down to forward fold. Exhale it there. Release the back. Wonderful. Inhale to a halfway lift. So bring the hands either to the top of the mat if you've got that flexibility, to the shins or a little higher to the knees. Exhale, fold it back down. Roll to rise to stand. Inhale up. Big reach. This time as we exhale, we're going to bring the hands down through heart center and heel toe the feet nice and wide. So we're going to come into a yogi squat from here. Take another big breath in. Exhale, sink the hips back into a squat, bringing the elbows to connect to the knees and go as low as you can. So if this is as low as you can go, that's fine. If you can go lower, go lower. So it doesn't matter if the heels come off the mat here, that's fine. Just find your balance, pushing the elbows away from the knees. So we're really actually assisting a nice big inner thigh stretch here. So once again, another strong leg pose, great for balancing our base chakra, as we know from last week, or actually no, that's coming up. Great for balancing our base chakra, which is going to come up in a couple of weeks' time. Really grounding through the heels and the toes, not leaning forwards or backwards too much. Find balance where you are. Find the strength, find the courage to push through that discomfort, whether it be for strength or flexibility. And we're going to rise up into a forward fold. So push through the legs, use the hands if you need to the mat. Forward fold, heel toe those feet together again. Take a nice big breath, inhale to a halfway lift. Exhale, back down. Inhale, rise to stand. As we do, nice big arm reach. And exhale the hands to the heart. So we're going to cross your left leg over top of your right leg. So cross it over snugly like so. With your arms, take a nice big arm reach out wide. We're going to swan dive to a forward fold from here. So exhale, lead the heart down, sweep the arms wide, tucking the chin as you come down, maybe meeting the hands to the mat. If you can't, don't worry. Just rest the hands on the front of the knee or shin, not pushing down on the kneecap though. So keep your feet evenly balanced here. So weight distributed between both feet. Heels, toes, all of it. Really getting a good stretch now through that back leg. So the one that's tucked behind should be your right leg. Try and surrender. We've got into the lower body quite a lot so far, so coming into some upper body poses soon. With little balance posture, this one. Okay, we're going to rise up. Keep your balance here. Inhale, roll to rise. As you reach the arms wide and high, uncross those legs. Cross it over the other way straight away. Exhale, swan dive back to the other side now. So reaching to wherever you can. Remember, one side may be tighter than the other. Don't hold it against yourself. It's completely fine. Just do what you can do. Acknowledge any differences. And try and find balance. Have that intention with your breath. Keeping the weight in the heels and the toes. It's amazing what such a big difference of having intention with your breath can do. If we just ponder in this pose about other things, daily things, we lose that focus. We lose what we're actually trying to gain. So think of that left leg, the stretch you're getting, the intensity of it. Breathing in length and space and freedom into that muscle and ligament. And exhaling any tension away and out of the body. Last breath here now. We're going to rise to stand. Inhale to come up. Uncross the legs as we do. Big reach up high. Bring the hands down through the middle at the meat at the chest. Let's make our way back down. Inhale, reach arms wide and high. Exhale, swan dive down into our forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, ground the hands, drop down to tabletop, meeting there. So from tabletop, we're going to thread the needle. So from here, looking down to your mat, reach your right arm, inhale it up to the ceiling. From there, exhale, thread that right arm through, reach under the left side, rest your right shoulder inside of the head down, and feel free to reposition that left hand, whether it be just somewhere off to the side. You might like to reach down to a bit of a puppy pose. Good. Some of you may even like to wrap it around your lower back, reaching for that right thigh. So take your positions, whatever you like. Getting a nice big twist through the upper body, in between the shoulder blades. Closing your eyes and just breathing here. continue to keep twisting the torso through, so not stopping to where's comfortable. Continue to open it up even deeper. You may see here that I'm on spider fingers. You can come into that if you like. Just one more breath now. Bring that left hand right back in front of your face. Inhale, unwind that right arm, unthread it to the ceiling. Exhale, plant it back down. Let's come to the other side. So inhale your left arm wide and high. Exhale, thread that all the way under, reaching far. Left side of the head and shoulder rest. Right hand, just position it whether it was in front of your face. Reaching in puppy pose with or without spider fingers, or that extra bind of wrapping the right arm around your back. Please make sure there's not pressure on your neck if you do that though. Continue to twist the torso, not just relaxing here, but deepening that posture. Enjoying some stillness and silence then. Let's take one more breath here. Bring that right hand back just in front of your face. Push up and release that left arm to the ceiling. Inhale it up. Exhaling it down. And puppy pose we're going to come into. So bring the toes to the back edge of your mat. Reach the arms long, shoulders, hands shoulder width apart. Drop the chest down, rest the forehead. I feel quite open in the chest today, so I'm going to come into spider fingers again, but you do what feels right for you. Resting the forehead, only if you've got lots of space here, you may be able to drop the chest lower and rest your chin down. Keep in mind too that we need to keep the hips over the heels. Knees. I'll get the right words eventually. So hips over the knees. If we're reaching too far, it's gonna probably just do more harm than good. So bring it back. Think of the chest dropping down, doing all of the work there. Such a nice pose. One of my favorites, great for scoliosis, if anyone ever has that, which is just a curve through the spine in the wrong direction, basically. Just a couple more breaths here. And let's rise up when you're ready to. We're going to come all the way. You're going to come down onto your belly. I'm just going to come off to my side a little bit so I don't squash the baby. So we're actually going to bring our right arm behind us into a 90-degree angle. So you're going to be lying on your belly, your right arm in cactus arm, so remember that sort of under a rest shape. Not letting the hand come close to your face though, so if you can see that, bring it out. We're going to start to then maybe just slide your left leg up in front of you, rest your right ear down. So if that's not too bad and you can go a little deeper, first of all, use that left hand and just open up the chest more. So your left arm's actually working a bit like a push-up. Resting the head, right shoulders down, and just getting a beautiful stretch through the right side shoulder and armpit area. Now if you want to take it deeper, and you potentially can easily, bring both knees up into that fetal position. So the knees want to be almost in line with the hips there. Rest the feet. Your left arm is still holding you up into this position here. So know your limits, know where you need to be. I'm going to hang out here for a little while. Close the eyes. Enjoy the pose. Excuse me. If this feels good over time and you become quite comfortable, you can take two options. You can either wriggle your right hand a little higher up, so it's going to be a little higher than that under a rest arm, or you could open that top left knee up a little bit, maybe wrap the left arm around your back. So there's actually three options there. Taking any that feel good, only wrapping your left arm around if you're not collapsing the shoulder. So we must keep the chest open here, or it defeats the purpose of the entire pose. So notice now if you're rolling that left shoulder forwards. If you are, please just bring it back. Use your left hand into the mat to lift and open. It's really important we get that right. Now if anyone has any shoulder troubles, please know that you can have a straight arm out behind you here. That's totally fine. A little less pressure on the shoulder joint and girdle. That's enough talking from me. So enjoy some silence here for the remainder of our time on this side. Relax the neck. Okay, we're going to take one last breath now. If your left arm has wrapped around behind you, let's bring it back to the mat. We're going to come back onto your belly. Ease your way there. You guys are going to rest in a little crocodile position, fully on your belly, with your head or cheek resting on the hands. Take a moment there. Know that I'm just off to the side to make room. Notice how the right arm is feeling compared to the left. And we're going to come to the other side then. So roll over onto that left hip just a little bit. Your left arm comes out in that cactus arm position. And then your right hand is coming in front of your chest for some support. Rest your left cheek and side of the head, anywhere there. From here, maybe slide that right knee up. If that's enough, stay there. If you can, lift both knees up into that fetal position. Nice and close to the chest here. And just stay there for a moment until you settle in. Really let yourself have some time to get comfortable, or at least slightly uncomfortable in the pose. Over time, I'll let you take your own depth of the pose, whether that be bringing that left arm a little higher, maybe opening the knee up, which is probably unlikely to be honest, or maybe wrapping that right arm around your lower back, which you can potentially do as long as you keep the chest open. So you may not be ready for that. Listen to your body. Maybe do a little bit of both. Relax the neck and the head. The only effort here is your right arm pushing into the mat if it is grounded there. Really feeling that stretch through the left side of the chest and front of the shoulder. Such a beautiful, intense pose. Great if you're an office worker or just to do lots of work in front of your body, basically. Even driving really imbalances and tightens these muscles. Not always for the better. Taking any advancements here that I mentioned before. Almost done. Enjoying a little longer though. Finding that intention of releasing tightness and tension. Let's take one more big conscious breath together. Release it. And you're going to roll back onto your belly. Stretch out the legs and rest those arms back underneath the forehead, the chin, or the ear, whatever it is. And just take a moment there. Let's move on before we get too cozy. Let's come up, back into a child's pose from here. So ease your way up and back. Let's do a wide child's pose. Get into those inner thighs, so wide knees. Feel free to just widen the elbows, rest the hands or fists on top of one another, and rest your head down like so. So if you can't feel it in your inner thighs here, you need to go wider than your mat. Alright, notice where your flexibility lies. It's important to let the hips and the heart become heavy, letting them drop down with the help of gravity. One more breath here. Let's rise up. You bring those knees back together and form yourself into a seated pose. So let's stretch out those legs long. We're going to get ready for our Shavasana in a moment. Just have a couple more poses left. So reach those arms out long, get yourself ready. So if you need to pop any socks, jumpers and so forth on, no blankets just yet though. Let's reach it out. Inhale, sit up nice and tall. And exhale, you can come back as far away. Exhale, reach forwards. So you don't necessarily want to reach for your toes, reaching to or past them though. Inhale to recline back as far as you like. And then exhale to reach back forwards. Let's do 2 more. Inhale to reach and recline, goodness, I'll get it eventually. Exhale to reach. Really use your tummy both directions. Inhale back, drop the shoulders, exhale forwards. Inhale, come up nice and tall, shimmy your way so that your head is going to be resting on the mat, and let's exhale it all the way down. So you guys come down nice and slowly, support yourself if needed. So once you're down, let's hug the knees into the chest. All right, let's ground your left foot to the mat and cross your right leg over that left leg. So with the arms, we're going to bring it out by our sides, or if you like, cactus arms is fine. So keep that left foot nice and close to the hip, so bring it in close. And we're going to brace the tummy. If your arms are straight out wide, it's going to be a little easier. We're going to roll the lower body and the knees and legs over to the left side. So brace, roll it over, maybe reaching that left hand to the right knee then, placing it on top and just assisting the stretch, not overdoing it though. So if this is way too much, just straighten out your bottom left leg. If you can, look over to your right arm and then close the eyes. This is our beautiful twisted roots pose. Your chest should be feeling nice and stretched out by now. If you're really tight in there, you'll probably still feel it in this pose. One last breath. Brace the core muscles. Roll it back onto the spine. Untuck the legs or uncross them. We'll go straight to the other side. Cross the left leg over the right. Arms can come out by your sides or in cactus arms. Brace the tummy. Roll over to the right side with the legs. Remember, if it's too much, straighten out your right leg this time. Look over to the left side arm, close the eyes if you haven't already. Maybe if you want to, you can reach your right hand to that left leg. If you can't reach it, you actually need to bring your knees higher up towards your chest there. So just adjust yourself, get comfortable, stretching out the body. Enjoying slowing down the body and the mind. I'm going to brace and roll it back onto the spine and across the legs. If you want to hug them in one more time, go for it. And let's stretch it out to Shavasana. So legs out long. Make sure that you're going to be warm and comfortable. Pop any blankets on that you need to. Rest the arms out by your sides if you can. Tuck the shoulder blades behind you. You know the drill by now, hopefully. And take a few big breaths to relax, breathing in through the nose and out through the mouth. Relax and let go. I'm going to give you quite a bit of silence here to enjoy where you're at. And just breathe and remain present as you can. Thinking about the body, calming the mind, or even, as I like to tell myself, to think of nothing. It's a great way to switch off the busy mind. hear the sound of the singing bowl. Notice where you lie and how you feel. Maybe taking a bigger breath. Starting to take some movement into the fingers and the toes. Rolling into the ankles, the wrists, even into the elbows. Taking a big reach over your head if that feels good. And let's hug the knees into the chest. Roll off onto your right hand side when you're ready to rest in that fetal position. When you're ready to rise, let's come on up to our seated positions. Let's grab our essential oil then. Pop that on your hands. Wrap them together. All right, I'm going to take those 3 big breaths. When you're ready, join me. Inhale with the hands to the face. Exhale, hands to the heart, side out. Drop the shoulders. Inhale again, a bigger breath this time. Side out. And your last one, the biggest breath of your day. And release. With your prayer pose then, meet the thumbs up to the third eye. With my thumbs at my third eye, my thoughts are pure and clear. With my thumbs to my lips, my speech is pure and clear. With my thumbs to my chest, my heart is pure and clear. Taking a moment now of gratitude for whatever it is you're grateful for today. Thinking of 1 to 3 things, whatever that may be. Thank you so much for joining me here today. I hope you feel wonderful and blissful. And I will see you again soon. Namaste.